It is morning in America and it's morning in Los Angeles. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is my morning political thought. Now, this particular setup that you're looking at right now, this will soon be the new setup. I have to get the microphone set up, I have to get all the other stuff set up, which actually I have a microphone here, but I don't have it plugged in. So my voice may not carry as much, but this is one of many phases that I'm in the process of setting up right now with helping this podcast evolve. Also, I have two laptops. I have a total of three laptops, but the main one is the one in front of me. When I start reading from this, eventually, those who watch the show, you will be able to see what I'm reading as I'm reading it. So you can see that, hey, he's sourcing it from the Washington Times, or he's sourcing it from the Epic Times, or he's sourcing it from, what have you. Because I would prefer for people to see so they know I'm not making things up whole cloth or anything like that. And then obviously as I read, I'll give my opinion on it. But I'm cramped for time today because this laptop in front of me decided to do some crazy reboot or something, a BIOS something, whatever, this morning, which threw everything off because it wasn't turning on correctly because of this reboot that it was doing. Therefore, I'm only doing two side news stories today, and then I will go into my morning political thought. So, first things first, social media stuff. ThePurpleElephantShow.com is the main podcasting platform. The Purple Elephant Show on Parler, on Instagram, Facebook.com/The Purple Elephant Show, on Twitter at RealTPES. And if you are watching this on BitChute, YouTube, or Dailymotion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button followed by the notification bell. All right. And let me go ahead and get to this. Oh, yeah. And shout out to my god sister as well today. My god sister, her birthday is today. So, Tiffany, if you're watching this or if you ever watch this, happy birthday. Love you. All righty. Now, let me go. First side news story. As some of you may know, a report came out with Bill Barr and the person who he assigned to look into the unmasking. For those who don't know about the unmasking was involved because with Samantha Powers had unmasked several people, more than pretty much any administration previously, on her way out, which was related to the people within the Trump campaign. Bill Barr had assigned someone to look into the masking. Apparently, they have closed up shop. They have decided not to issue a report. They have decided not to do any indictments. Now, with that, you can look at this two ways. The first way you can look at it is, well, it's just another nothing burger where nothing's happening. Because obviously the only thing that's happened right now is the indictment or the guilty plea from Kevin Kleinsmith, which is the former FBI attorney who pleaded guilty to altering CIA documents. The CIA document stating that Carter Page was an asset of the United States. Kevin Kleinsmith changed that document around, saying that Carter Page was not an asset of the United States. And obviously he pleaded guilty to that, and that's over and done with. So, it can be a nothing burger, or it could be that it's expanded so much that it's wrapped up under Durham's investigation, which Durham, I had already mentioned. Durham is investigating the Alpha Bank server fiasco. So he is expanded to that. He's already been investigating the stuff with Joseph Mifsud, and he's investigating other things. So it is a possibility that this unmasking situation has just been moved over to John Durham, is what may have happened. So this can cut either way. If I had to give an opinion, I think it's been moved over to John Durham. That's what I believe. I believe the unmasking, Bill Barr the person who he assigned to look into it, they did what they did, but then whatever was found, he's like, okay, give it to Durham and do that. Because I think, like I mentioned before, they're waiting till they have 100% of everything before they do the grand presentation. And that's what I believe it is. So that's it on that. As for the other side news story, Senator McConnell, plans to introduce a business loan bill for businesses. So I'm just going to read this very quickly because it's really short. So Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said Tuesday that he plans to bring up a bill to fund the small business loan program next week. He said the bill will include new funding for the popular small business paycheck protection program. And this is a quote: "There is no excuse for Democrats to keep blocking job-saving funding for the Paycheck Protection Program while other conversations continue," Mr. McConnell, Kentucky Republican, said in a statement. Democrats have spent months blocking policies they do not even oppose. Republicans do not agree that nothing is better than something for working families, he added. With Republicans having only a narrow majority in the Senate, they'd need a handful of Democrats to join them in order to overcome another filibuster on this proposal. So Mitch McConnell's doing that. All right, so those are the two side news stories. Let me get to my morning political thought, because for me, this is awesome. I am so tired of hearing about Russia. And when I hear something about Russia that finally doesn't involve the United States, I have to say I'm pleased. So let me go into this. Russia has drama going on right now. All right, so I'm about to read the story for you. And here we go. Russian President Vladimir Putin, famed for causing mischief far from home, is struggling to maintain control over his own backyard. Political meltdowns, mass protests, and wars are roiling 5 former Soviet republics, posing simultaneous strategic challenges for the Kremlin on its western, southern, and central Asian borders. So Russia is dealing with drama on all sides right now due to the countries that were part of the former Soviet republic. All right. Chaos unfolding in Kyrgyzstan, a tiny but strategic nation nestled in the mountainous Caucasus region of Russia and China, has been the latest in a wave of unrest that has brought Belarus to its knees, triggered a widening military clash between Armenia and Azerbaijan, which I covered this before on Armenia Azerbaijan, and exacerbated the deadly political stalemate in Ukraine. Other regional powers, most notably China and Turkey, have been increasingly eager to exploit the situation. Beijing has been expanding economic ties with several of the former Soviet Central Asian states, and Turkey openly backs longtime ally Azerbaijan in a hot war with Moscow-supported Armenia. And as I mentioned before, Armenia is supported by Moscow, and Armenia is one of the Christian countries in the area, which more than likely has something to do with Moscow's support for it. Some regional experts say the Kremlin deserves credit for successfully managing the periodic instability known to churn through the former republics, and at times even accepting democratic reform movements as long as they don't challenge Russian interests. But with the recent cascade of events, many are questioning whether Moscow's influence on its near abroad has begun to wane. The instability around Russia's periphery is showing that Putin's government nuanced approach to conflicts in former republics has fallen short in the past few years, said Donald Jensen, head of Russia and Strategic Stability Project at the United States Institute of Peace. Never heard of the United States Institute of Peace, but hey, whatever. Political factions in Kyrgyzstan are clashing amid intensified geopolitical competition between Moscow and Beijing, but both are vying for influence over Central Asia's economies and energy markets. Everyone knows energy is big in Russia. As a matter of fact, President Trump called out Germany because of the pipeline that was being built connecting Germany to Russia. And President Trump, of course, said, why are we paying to protect you from Russia and you're giving Russia billions of dollars for energy? Make it make sense. But anyways. All right. So Kyrgyzstan, located on China's far western border, plunged into chaos a week ago with mass protests over a disputed parliamentary election. Okay, this might be what's to come. Opposition party demonstrators stormed and seized the government buildings, and the country's Central Election Commission responded by nullifying the vote. With calls for new government and new elections, it remains unclear how the meltdown will be resolved. Outside observers are watching closely for signs of expanded Chinese influence over what was previously seen to be a mainly pro-Putin regime in Kyrgyz's capital of Bishkek. An analysis published this year by the Australian think tank Future Directions International noted that Kyrgyzstan's roughly 6.5 million people are caught in a wider battle between Moscow and Beijing after decades of Russian attempts to remain the region's predominant military and economic power. Central Asia's proximity and economic and cultural ties to China have led Beijing to view Central Asian policy and security as supplementary to and even an extension of China's domestic security agenda, said the analysis, which noted the region's significant energy importance as a bridge between Europe and Asia. China is pushing to convince its neighbors that there is greater benefit to be had by aligning with rather than opposing Beijing, the analysis said. To that end, China has invested in Kyrgyzstan's modest oil industry, attempting in a similar manner to Russia to create a dependence upon Beijing and increase China's influence in the country. A bigger concern from Kremlin strategists may be the war that has broken out between Armenia and Azerbaijan over the long-running dispute over control of the Nagorno-Karabakh enclave, which is controlled within Azerbaijan's borders, but has not been controlled since the breakup of the Soviet Union by ethnic Armenians, backed by Yerevan. Moscow's attempt to impose a durable ceasefire between the former republics has fallen flat, and the clash threatens to draw Turkey into direct confrontation with Russia if the war expands. Russia has long backed Christian Armenia, and Ankara has openly supported largely Muslim Azerbaijan. Regional analysts say the situation has grown more complex and dangerous with escalating Ankara-Moscow tensions on other fronts, including Syria and Libya, and the resource race in the wider Eastern Mediterranean. So that's what we have on that part. I'm adjusting my t-shirt here. That's what we have on that part with what's going on in Russia. So Russia is dealing with a ton of drama right now. And that ton of drama does not involve the United States. The good thing is that now Russia will see, because everyone keeps saying that Russia is good friends with China, or they're considered allies because they were considering doing joint military exercises and things like that. If China does what China does, and China is one for exploiting situations, then something tells me Russia and China may not be as close in the future as some are saying they are right now. And I believe that after we get through all of this Russia drama, and once Bill Barr and John Durham put this Russia hoax and this Russia gate to bed, maybe we can, I don't want to say be allies with Russia, but work with them on certain things to stop China. Just like I would hope the United States would work with India to stop China. For those of you who may not know, China and India do not get along. They've already had a few skirmishes on their borders. So I want us to put this Russia stuff to bed because we need India and we need Russia to stop China. So that's my morning political thought on that. Just wanted to throw that out there. This, like I said, I'm running behind schedule this morning. This setup will be a little bit similar, but you'll see part of the screen where you see me reading the news story, and then the other part of the screen, you will see me on webcam. And I look forward to setting that up. So, until next time, thank you everyone for your support. I'm still a little bit, I guess, frazzled because of everything that happened this morning with this laptop. And it threw everything off. But hey, the show must go on. And I look forward to setting new things up in the future. Also, oh, that reminds me. This weekend, I'm only doing one episode for the Purple Elephant Show. And one of the reasons is because I'm going to be working on setting this stuff up so I can get the microphone set up, so I can get the webcam set up and everything else. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be good to go next week. And that will be that. But I'm only doing one Purple Elephant Show this weekend. And I will remind everyone every day this week. I'll remind everyone Thursday, and I'll remind everyone Friday that I'm only doing one episode on the weekend. So yeah, thepurpleelephantshow.com, main podcasting platform, The Purple Elephant Show on Instagram, on Parler, at RealTPES on Twitter, Facebook, BitChute, or well actually, facebook.com/The Purple Elephant Show if you're watching on BitChute, Dailymotion, YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you again for your support. Until next time, be blessed.